Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second video of this month. I told you it was coming. I am delivering this month. So today I wanted to discuss how convenience is becoming detrimental to our society and how we need to learn how to do shit, kinda. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't cuss. Maybe I'll cut that out. But before we get started on the video, if you could notice the cute little clippies I have in my hair, I have to thank my best friend for buying them for me. Without her, I would not have these clippies in my hair. So thank you so much, Ashley, because they are literally the cutest. Alright, we can get into the video now. Okay, so as Americans, we can all relate getting up in the morning and pouring ourselves a bowl of cereal or making ourselves some oatmeal or, just doing our little things, popping our little snacks into the toaster or whatever, Some of us cook food, but how many of us are really doing that every fucking morning, especially if you got kids or something? Convenience foods are very, very, very popular nowadays in our society. So, that being said, because we have convenience foods, we're not really thinking about what goes into making those foods, like the production, the storage, the technique. All of it is essentially cut out because we can just pay $5 and get a whole box of cereal, and it's like, okay, cool, whatever. So because a lot of our time doesn't need to be spent thinking about these things anymore, we are kind of losing some of the skills that we had learned before to survive and to be able to do things. So we have to ask ourselves, is the access to convenience helping us, or is it potentially hindering us? And is there such thing as too much convenience? What do you guys think? Because I think there is. So, a big part I have to say about convenience and being provided with things all the time and cheap little mass-produced items is that the quality of items is going down very greatly, especially with the rise of dropshipping, the dawn of dropshipping. I don't know if you guys can relate, but when I was younger, I would always recall my grandpa talking about how, furniture was made much nicer back in my day and, things like that. So, or, grandma talking about how her garden food is so much yummier than the food that they offer in the grocery stores. And you're kind of like, yeah, okay, grandma, whatever. But I think that our grandparents know that things taste better back in their day because they had the better stuff to reference. We never had any good things, and market analysts know that. So they know that they can change things around and that people won't necessarily catch on. If your grandparents grew up eating all veggies just from their garden, and then you're growing up and all you've eaten is foods from the grocery store, then you're not really going to have the reference of the garden-grown food to know that your grocery store food tastes worse. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because that took me way too long to formulate in this fucking peanut of a brain that I have here. So, okay, so another impact of convenience being so easily accessible to us is that we are losing skills. I think I mentioned that earlier. So we're losing skills. And what I mean by that is we are having more difficulty solving problems, coming to our own conclusions without being able to Google search, and we're having issues communicating. How many of us can relate to feeling anxious, at work, or even with your friends? You feel an off vibe that makes you get anxiety. And so you kind of project this feeling of, oh my God, they hate me. But you're not really realizing that's you projecting that. And I feel like sometimes we let that affect our decisions. All right, we're back. My camera shut off on me again, but we're back. It's okay. So, what can we do? What is the solution? Well, there's not really a set solution. It's more of um, a lifestyle kind of thing. We have to, as a society, we should try and continue learning. We should try to continue building our community up. And we should be open to listening to others. And we should try not to let previous mistakes from people justify shutting them out completely. People do change, people do learn. It might be difficult, but to not do so is a disservice to society, which some people might not care about, but being that we all live in the society, we should care about the health of it, in my opinion. Last section before we end things. This is kind of just a little bit of a rambly, fun conversation, and it was just something that like kind of inspired me to do the whole video. And I was just thinking about how AI is advancing and how people are concerned about it and stuff like that. And I just kind of got the random thought of like AI being used to dumb down society so much to where it's kind of just like an AI robot presents us with one or two or three or four of their ideas or whatever, or pre-made ideas, and then we just choose like a video game. So instead of us coming up with things and like being creative and putting things out, it's just robots who have like pre-designed options that we're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like, I don't know. It's kind of mind-blowing to think that AI could get that influential. It's giving Wall-E for sure, because they literally were handed the ultimate convenience under AI, and it ruined their society. If we allow companies to give us everything we need, there's going to be no drive to learn new skills. There will be no need to feel like we need to develop community or help one another out. We would be given a monopolized marketplace with limited options that we would just accept because we just don't even know better. So, I don't know if that was a fun section, but that was my little like brain rambly section that we got going. So finally, I think we can begin to address this by continuing to learn new skills, not letting ourselves give up when we may fail, realizing that it takes time to develop skills. There's so many people who say, I can't do this, I can't do that, and it's because they tried it once or twice and they just didn't get the hang of it. And I get that, I get it can be frustrating, but allowing yourself to fail many times to develop that skill is the best gift that you can give yourself. So I think that if you are able to allow yourself the time to learn new skills, that is hands down the best way to combat this issue. Because you can't be sold convenience if you know how to do it yourself. You already know that you can do it better. You already know that you're more thorough. You already know how to do it your way. Companies can't fucking sell you that. And they hate to know that. So anyway, lovelies, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great night. I hope you're enjoying your snacks and whatever else. And I hope your life is beautiful. Leave me a comment, leave me a sub, like, subscribe, all the things. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!